Well, police arrested Grammy Award-winning rapper Lil Durk in Florida on federal charges that he paid for the attempted 2022.
And rapper Lil Durk has been arrested and charged with a murder-for-hire.
Chicago rapper Lil Durk is facing new charges in a murder-for-hire plot.
Rap artist Lil Durk allegedly targeted a rival rapper in a murder-for-hire scheme in Los Angeles. He has been arrested.
As Eyewitness News reporter Annabelle Munoz found out, federal officials say it was a family member of the intended target who ended up being killed.
Prosecutors in the Lil Durk murder-for-hire case say they will not seek the death penalty. The Chicago rap star is charged in connection with an attack that killed the cousin of a rival rapper. Now his lawyers say that prosecutors misled the grand jury by claiming Lil Durk bragged about the attack in a song. They also say the song was recorded 7 months before the killing. They add that Durk has no connection to the modified version that was later posted on YouTube.
This is FEDS music.
In the modern era of hip-hop, few stories capture the tension between success and survival quite like that of Lil Durk. Born and raised in Chicago, a city long defined by both cultural influence and street conflict, Durk emerged from an environment where music and reality often blurred into one. He wasn't just telling stories, he was living them. His rise was not immediate, but it was relentless. Mixtape after mixtape, he built a reputation as a voice for those navigating the same struggles he came from. Then came a shift. As his career matured, Lil Durk transitioned from a local voice into a national figure. Collaborations with global stars like Drake elevated his platform. Songs climbed charts. His sound evolved. To many, he became the voice of the streets, a title that reflected both authenticity and responsibility. But behind that success was a deeper connection, one that would shape everything that followed. King Von, more than just an artist under Durk's label, Von was a close friend, a storyteller, and a reflection of the same environment Durk came from. Where Durk was melodic and introspective, Von was vivid and direct, painting raw pictures of street life that captivated listeners. Together, they represented a powerful narrative: survival, loyalty, and the reality of where they came from. But that narrative took a tragic turn. In November 2020, King Von was killed in Atlanta during an altercation connected to the circle of Quando Rondo. The moment sent shockwaves through the hip-hop world. For fans, it was another devastating loss. For Lil Durk, it was personal. The aftermath was more than grief, it was tension. The divide between camps grew deeper. Subtle messages in music, social media exchanges, and industry alignments fueled what became one of the most talked about rivalries in modern rap. NBA Youngboy, closely associated with Quando Rondo, became entangled in the broader conflict, turning a localized incident into a wider cultural divide within hip-hop. Durk, meanwhile, found himself balancing two worlds. On one side, mainstream success, industry respect, and global recognition. On the other, loyalty, loss, and the weight of expectations tied to his past. Then came another blow. The death of his brother, often referred to as D-Thang, added another layer of trauma. It reinforced a cycle that has defined too many artists from similar backgrounds, a cycle where success does not necessarily mean escape. And with that cycle comes attention, not just from fans, but from authorities. In the United States, federal investigations often focus not only on individuals, but on networks. Associations, lyrics, financial movements, and past connections can all become part of a larger picture. For artists like Lil Durk, whose music is deeply rooted in real-life experiences, that scrutiny can become intense. it raises a difficult question. Where does storytelling end, and where does perceived reality begin? Federal cases, particularly those involving conspiracy or organized activity, are built over time. They rely on patterns, relationships, and interpretation. In that environment, the line between artist and individual can blur in the eyes of investigators. Whether or not charges materialize, the pressure alone can reshape a career. And that's the paradox. Lil Durk represents both evolution and entanglement. He rose from one of the toughest environments in America to stand alongside the biggest names in music. Yet the same authenticity that fueled his rise also ties him to a past that is difficult to fully leave behind. The deaths of King Von and his brother didn't just mark personal losses. They intensified the spotlight, deepened existing tensions, and reinforced the fragile balance between fame and reality. In the end, this isn't just a story about one artist. It's a story about a system where talent can rise from struggle, but struggle doesn't always let go, and where the journey from the streets to the spotlight can sometimes circle back in ways no one can fully control.